Another visitor. Stay a while. Stay forever.
Hello, this is Normal69 from the depths, and this is Samson going into battle with some really brave pirates, because I and we in the Vulcan Inquisition want to reach the White Flayers, who are believing in a holy meatmasher, and also a religious sect of Khorne bribed us to destroy them, because it doesn't matter if blood spilled from us or from the enemy, but if not in combat, Khorne isn't really pleased. So Samson goes here, that friendly little green cube submarine hovercraft, and it kills everything everywhere. Yes, Samson?
Yes, my liege, as we say, live long and prosper, or else.
So we go through these weak wooden ships like a really hot and fast butter through a knife. Oh, I think simple forms are beautiful. Especially if they a bit Nurglish. If you know Warhammer universe, you know what I'm speaking about. So, let's wait for reload and tell the White Flayers we don't like their kind around here. So I'm just trying to cut into their resources, because they are continually reinforcing their squares, their area around here. So I go to attack from far away, hoping they will enter into our territory, because if an enemy vessel is damaged really badly in enemy territory, it just falls apart. And these seem to be, by the form, they will go really fast. Two little suicide drones down there. Luckily they are boats, so they can't reach my sub. Samson is just a sub called Seashell, because of its composition you already saw. And it houses our AI engineer and poet Samson, as you know it from the previous part. I tried to set everything to the worst display properties to provide some frame rate for you, the viewer, but as you can see, it already went into the degraded mode. It's a feature of this wonderful game. If the frame rate drops too low, it began to subtract some things like bullet trails or missile exhaust trails. So just imagine, there are really a lot of bullets or shells in the air. We at the Vulcan Inquisition like EMP damage, lasers to a small degree, mainly for protection, because we don't use fuel engines or steam engines or ammo makers, keeping material in reserve, as you could see in the middle, down there, for quick regeneration. So I don't think it will be a short battle, because as I see the harpoon cables are not reeling in the enemy. I will try to set it up later, the winches to different settings, and maybe then they will reel in the enemy because now they are too fast for my guns to track them, and that is bad. Because if you are going to kill everything and everywhere, you should be fast enough. The little green planes and other little vehicles around Samson are just mainly distraction decoys, and they are giving my main ship detection data. And I think it throws on me a lot of torpedoes. But we are carving our initials by the little lasers into their belly, signifying that they are now our property, and instead the soldiers who are inside, and we will save them from certain death, will no longer believe in that holy potato and meatmasher, but only in logic, because logos have no beginning and have no end, of course. For our race, logic and fun is important. So let's see about those. Okay, these are the special missiles and these are the harpoons. Good. And I must set up the winches down there. Still trying not to miss the interesting parts of this battle. So, and I need those little planes to provide radar data, because from under the water radars don't work so great, but the water protects us like the Emperor does. Okay, now that I'm fixing my viewpoint to the ship and feeling proud of this fast regeneration, as you could see on that little turret, I tried to set up this side of all the winches on this missile silo to pull in to 0 distance and do it for 99 seconds, because beforehand they just attach the ropes and provide better internet on those ships. For the crew, rather browse Facebook than trying to kill me. We are uploading porn to their databases. Thank you for flying so low. That is nice of you. So I think they are shielded by the sheer amount of shells and bullets flying onto them has a small chance of penetrating the shields, and because there are so much of them, a lot of damages the enemy ships. Or flyers in this case, of course. Or faction's weakness that we couldn't build a ship which actually functions and looks like a ship, but I don't consider this so much problem. So please, 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 you have already missing a thruster. Fall into the water, then I can fire my torpedoes, and torpedoes underwater are almost unstoppable. Yes, when we are experiencing this slowdown, which is also can be set up in the options, there is some big explosion around, and by slowing down the game, the frame rate won't be hurt so much by the little block confetti flying around in the world. So I think now you can rest a bit. Okay, hours in the water, and it's already losing blocks at an alarming rate, and now I just pause the game by F11 and it goes away more quickly. So you are the remaining ship fighting boldly. Attach the pawn cables, please. And the particle cannons are working alright, because turrets can track as much quickly as they can, but particle cannons and lasers are instantaneously arriving, giving a nice punch onto the enemy ships. And yes, block count going down really quickly. Everything's alright, I'm at 100%. And maybe I lose some amount of materials, but it all goes to repairing all the damage I suffer. So this is really a big shell, and I must set up the other side, the winches, because it seemed to be more effective than before. So I usually don't calculate, but try out different settings and how they behave under combat circumstances. That's more sure and warrior-like way, I think, rather than hanging above a calculator on paper and counting the best for everything, because all units must contain some flaws to provide an interesting battle. So I'm just looking around and showing you the different setups. I hope you are curious, because as you well know, my internet channel aims for intelligent people or sentient beings. So if an AI or an alien watches my video, no problem, I'm happy that way. There is a missing block, I will repair that. So no door is here, I use teleporters. My cockpit is better protected that way. So where is the component I'm seeking now? Not in the... oh yeah. So it's really a big inverted plate of shield above a little hovercraft submarine, which keeps it up like turret and turns it really fast. So there is the missing block. Repaired. And I save it. It's not so cheap, but I think I will spawn him more when my resource count reaches that number. In combat testing, this unit was successful against even the last faction. Scarlet Dawn, they are lazy and aggressive aliens trying to conquer this planet. But luckily, a twin AI could escape their mind-controlling grasp. So I consider them our friends and won't attack. So now we got a nice ship of this faction, some more suicide boats, and another of this flying spite club. So let's concentrate on it. Luckily they don't have on their shells the super cavitation extension, so most of them just jumping on the surface of water like a flat stone you throw into a lake. Skipping stone, I think. Englishmen call them like that. I think you can feel that I'm not a native English speaker, but I keep practicing and I hope to get better in it. Okay, initial carving onto the belly. I'm really satisfied with it. After the latest patches and repatches, armor became so much stronger, but sometimes damaged vehicles are prone to flying into space. Oh, one of the cannon barrels are lame now. And let's see, are they torpedoes? Yes. You can see it by the tip of them. Block count on the enemy is still keeping. Okay, the pawn cables are attached. And the ship is really wrecked. I think it encountered my torpedoes, which are only flying if an enemy is at the water level or below. And I think the flying ship will go into space. But I still keep firing on it. The packs are not so strong, but they firing often and they are really exact. Accurate, that is the right word. So yes, you are going into space, which would make this battle really hard. Luckily Samson is equipped with long-range weapons, and I think the little suicide drones are dying in the distance. Okay, so the enemy is in space, so let's concentrate on the ship first. The remains of the ship, of course. It has only propulsion now, almost all the turrets. One turret is disabled, the others are non-existent. Yes, those are the torps. And some smoke to confuse its detection. Because a lot of units are using visual detection, and visual detection can be hindered by bad weather and smoke. So I put in smoke into sabot rounds, because sabot is weakens all other components but not smoke, and the ship's life is over. we will rescue the people later, the enemy soldiers. Because Vulcan Inquisition likes to destroy, but not to kill. So you can see how fast is the shell turning, and I'm building this little mother. It won't work as good as it intended, but tracks really good the enemy, and so draws enemy fire. Let's build one more, and while that little submarine tank is helping to build it. Okay, there was a nuke built, but it missed its intended target, so let's blow it up like that. Puck! And the porn cables are reeling in from the space, which I'm really surprised because they are not so long range. Okay, it flies at a lower altitude now. Seems to be recovered a bit, but as more and more cables are attaching, it is slowed down and hindered in its movement, so cannot avoid the missiles now. Okay, the little mother's not so fast to really reach it, and they are not so safe near to my vehicles, so let's scrap them. And I don't think this ship will so long now. There's one functioning barrel still spewing torps, not so much now. And you can just see how much ordnance I spew out onto the enemy. And I think this is the last turn. If it's not so lucky, it will land in the water near me. No! It still escaped. More cables, please. We are at 100%. Nice. And now it looks really rumpled. So, can I have your materials? Yes, I can. So, that was the next part. Inserting our forces into enemy territory. And next time we will go more inside and we'll try to destroy more of some of the resource zones, so they can reinforce slower and slower till we talk them down about believing in a Flayer god. This was Normal69, and have a good time. Bye bye.